I'll mute you. Muting, and then if you guys want to play music or anything on your end, always you are welcome to. Okay, and let's just start. Move these so it doesn't look like I have stuffed animals, like a weird stuffed animal person. I'll move them. Okay, let's just start in a comfortable seat. So take a moment. Move your body a little bit, just feel into your physical form for a moment. Oh, and then as you're ready, find stillness. Close your eyes. And rest your hands somewhere intentionally on your lap. Down by your sides, at your heart. And take these first few moments to just feel into the here and now. So rather than thinking your way into the here and now, just feel, just experience it. Feel the air on your skin. Notice the sounds around you. And then see if you can really find a sense of grounding through your sit bones. And as you ground through your sit bones, your spine is long. You're drawing up through the crown of your head. And just take a moment to simply sit and be with yourself. Just notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. And as you become more present, more aware, start to even visualize inside of your body the length of your spine. So from the crown of your head all the way down to the base. And visualize at the very bottom, at the very base of your spine, your root chakra in the color red. So maybe you visualize a red ball of light or just a red ball of stardust or energy all the way down at the base of your spine. Imagine that every time you breathe in, you're taking breath from the crown of your head all the way down to the base of your spine, all the way down to your root chakra. Every time you inhale, you breathe from the crown of your head down to your root. And every time you exhale, you breathe from your root all the way up through the crown of your head. So start to deepen your breath, elongate your breath. Visualize your breath moving all the way down to your root every single time. And as you visualize this, as you connect with this place inside of you, get curious about feeling into a sense of safety within your own body or the space you are in your own environment. So just feeling safe in your body, feeling safe in your space. And find also sense of groundedness through your sit bones. A sense of stability that comes from within you as you connect to your root. For a moment, just visualizing your breath moving up and down this line of energy. Visualize that bright red ball of light, perhaps expanding and contracting with each breath you take. And just let the energy of your root kind of flow through you, have space inside of you, safety, grounding, stability, trust. What do those energies feel like in your body? And next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Imagine breathing down into your root, that bright red ball of energy expands, inflates, gets bigger, lights up. And then big open mouth sigh, and just let that red light or red stardust kind of trickle into all the little spaces inside of you. Move out into your toes, your fingers, back up through the crown of your head. Again, just like that, big, huge inhale. Breathe all the way down to your root. See that lighting up, that red ball of energy, your connection to your own sense of grounding, stability, safety. When you're ready, open your mouth. And again, just watch it with your mind's eye, trickle into all the little tiny spaces. One more time, biggest inhale you've taken all day. Fill up with the sense of grounding, stability, safety. And when you're ready, open your mouth, let it go. It just soaks in. Start to drop into Ujjayi breath now. In and out through your nose by way of your throat. And continue to move your breath up and down your spinal column, up and down that long line of energy inside of you, connecting to your root every time. And if there's any time during this practice where you feel like you lose your connection to grounding, to safety, to stability, maybe you just come back to this little meditation. You stop where you're at and visualize that ball of red light inside of you. Breathe into it. As you're ready to start moving around, take your breath with you, take that awareness with you. Come forward to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, option to explore moving through scorpion cobra and back to child's pose with your breath. So as you inhale, your knees are nice and wide, a little wider than your hips. You're going to inhale, come forward, hips towards the ground. Heart lifts, shoulders back and down, big toes are touching behind me. And then exhale to just rock back and sit back into a child's pose. So inhale, forward, heart opens, big toes touch, little tone in your belly so you're not hurting your low back at all. And then exhale, rock back into child's pose. Go back and forth through these two postures, or if you want to, you can do something else. You can stick with regular cat-cows. You can get a little more creative. You can circle your hips. You can hang out in child's pose for a couple of breaths. You can hang out in your scorpion cobra a couple of breaths. So just exploring back and forth or in whatever way feels good. And after a couple more rounds, take it all the way back into your downward facing dog. And then as you work into your down dog, lift your butt really, really high. So you're putting your root chakra right up in the air, lifting, lengthening. And if you want to, you can kind of move in your down dog a little bit, pedal out your heels, shift your weight from side to side. Pretty small with the movement. Unless you want to make it bigger and more dynamic. So if you want to lift one leg up, move it around, and then the other, go for it. Otherwise, this movement is probably pretty small.
but it still makes a big difference. So even if you're just kind of transferring your weight from side to side, there's a lot you can notice and feel into. Your butt is lifting. Your neck is relaxed. You're pushing into the ground with your fingertips, and see if you can still feel your breath flowing through the entire length of your spine, the entire length of your torso. Let's take one more great big inhale into our down dog. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, find your forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift, stick your butt out behind you, reach the crown of your head forward. And exhale, let it go. Butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Do that again, halfway lift. Lots of length, lots of space, even strength in your back body, and then exhale, fold. This time, root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Arms reach up as you breathe in. Hands to heart as you breathe out. Inhale, arms to the sky, stretch tall. Exhale, heart leads, dive down slowly into your fold. Lift halfway and lengthen, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Take an inhale at the top of your push-up, and exhale to slowly lower down, strong through your arms and your belly. Find a back bend variation of your choice. So whatever would feel good, baby cobra, full cobra, sphinx, up dog. Take your time, no rush. And then as you are ready, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath, inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward as soft as you can. We're gonna take warrior one today. So I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. Back heel pivots down, back toes face slightly forward, slightly out to the left. Rise when you're ready. So you want square hips as much as your body will allow. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Again, your back toes, they're not straight out to the left. They're a little bit forward, little out to the left. If you're on a balance beam and that bugs your back leg, like your back ankle, hip, or knee, then bring your feet onto 2 train tracks. Feels a lot better for me personally. Little tone in your belly so you're not just sticking your ribs forward, but like you're just gently drawing your ribs back, knitting them together. Lift your heart, reach your arms to the sky, breathe. Find a sense of rooting now through your feet. And then feel the length of your spine, draw up through the crown of your head. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze your spine. If you can, start to reach your hands back. And then maybe even just the slightest little back bend. Lift your heart, puff up your chest, gaze up. Shoulders are open, heart is open. One more in-breath. And then as you exhale, humble warrior. So bow to the inside of your right knee. Right shoulder towards the inside of your right knee. And then like you're trying to lift your butt up. Breathe all the way down into your root chakra. Let your head be heavy. Neck can relax. So you might even draw your chin towards your chest a little bit. Keep your shoulders working open. Keep your front knee tracking open. Take one more inhale, lift your knuckles up. As you exhale, hands to low back, release your clasp and rise back up to warrior one. Root into your front foot and see if you can come all the way up to the top of your mat, standing stack. So right foot roots, left knee lifts. You're standing at the top of your mat on your right foot. Start to open and close your left knee. So open, close, just working on mobility through your hip. Eventually open your left hip. So left knee points out to the left. You can use your left hand to place your foot on your leg for tree pose. So maybe your foot comes up to your inner thigh. Maybe it's down on your inner knee or inner calf. Hug in towards midline. So press your foot into your leg back into your foot. Arms can stay reaching up, or maybe you want to just bring your hands to your heart. Maybe your arms are tired. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers behind your back. Take a moment, root down with your right foot. Maybe even visualize roots growing out of your right foot into the earth. Grow taller. Breathe slow and steady. About 2 more rounds of breath in your tree pose. Hug in, so try not to sink into your outer right hip, but hug in with your right inner thigh. As you are exploring with your arms, let's all bring our hands to our heart center. Keep your hands at your heart, and just ever so slowly release your left foot and bring your left knee forward back to standing stack. Inhale here. And as you exhale, curtsy squat, swing your left leg around, left toes off the right side of your yoga mat, bend both knees and get low. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, squeeze your inner thighs, pulse it out. Take little baby pulses up and down. Breathe down into your legs. Breathe down into your root. Lengthen through your spine as low as you can go and hold one more breath. Inhale, high mountain, so both feet on the ground, both arms to the sky, stretch. Exhale, dive down slowly, forward fold. Lift halfway, lengthen, inhale. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, take your vinyasa however you want to. We'll see you back in downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath, back into your down dog, fire it up. Inhale your left leg to the sky, stretch it out, strong and powerful. Exhale as softly and slowly as you can. Tip your left foot all the way up to the top of your space. And then set up your warrior one stance. So I'm gonna widen my feet a little bit, step them onto 2 skis, 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. And then rise up, settle in, take your time. Hips work towards square. Front ribs knit together. Shoulders work towards square. Heart lifts, maybe your gaze lifts as well. And then feel that sense of grounding through both of your feet. Feel your breath moving all the way down into your low belly, low back, all the way down into your root. Take one more inhale. And exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. This time switch them to 1 finger over. So it might feel a little bit unnatural, a little bit awkward, that's okay. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze your spine, maybe reach your hands back. Maybe even lift your heart up. So little baby back, but gaze up. Feel that opening through the front of your shoulders. You want to keep it. One more inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. So bow towards the inside of your left knee. Keep your left knee tracking open towards your pinky toe. Keep pressing through your back foot. No matter you're trying to lift your butt, lift your tailbone up, lift your root up. So feel that connection to your root. Breathe into it. Let your neck be relaxed. Head is heavy. See if you can lift your knuckles even a tiny bit higher. Stay in your legs. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp as you rise back up to warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, standing staff. So press into your left foot and arrive at the top of your mat with your right knee lifted. Find your balance here and then open and close your right knee a few times. Try to keep every other part of your body very still. So that movement is coming just from your right hip. Eventually open your right hip and bring your right foot to your leg. You might use your hand to help it to your inner thigh. Ooh. Once you've got your foot settled, start exploring perhaps a little bit through your arms. Hands to heart, arms out wide, hands behind your back. Maybe you even explore with your gaze. You can gaze up, you can close your eyes. About 2 more breaths. Press your leg into your foot, foot back into your leg. Grow roots out of the sole of your foot. Your left foot is rooting down as your crown lifts, reaches up. If you happen to have your arms anywhere else but your heart center, slowly bring your hands to your heart. And then ever so slowly, stay balanced on your left leg and release your right foot. Bring your right knee forward, standing staff for just a moment. Woo, big inhale. And exhale, swing it around, find your curtsy squat. So your right toes come off the left side of your mat. Square off your hips, bend your knees, pulse it out. Stay low. Lengthen through your spine. Breathe all the way down to the base of your spine. Hold in your lowest position, 1 more breath. Inhale, high mountain, both feet root down, both arms reach up. And exhale, swan dive into your forward fold. Lift halfway as you inhale. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa. End up this time in child's pose. So for a moment, just sit back and rest. Breathe into your low back, breathe into your low belly, breathe into your hips and your pelvis. Just like at the very beginning, visualize your breath moving all the way down to the base of your spine. That bright red ball of energy expanding and contracting, lighting up with each breath. That awareness of and connection to your own sense of inner safety, stability. As you rest in child's pose, really connect with a sense of grounding. The earth really holds you. Take 1 more round. And then downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Open up your right hip, bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. So stack your right hip on top of left. Stay active through your right foot. Stay rooted through both of your hands. So square through your shoulders, press through your fingertips. 1 more inhale. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Push the ground away as you come forward. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Option to open your hip if you want. Exhale, right to right. Aim as high as you can on your arm. Push the ground away. Inhale, back up. And then last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, then step forward softly. We're going to rise up to a warrior 2 this time. So back heel pivots down. Rise up, settle in. Hips are open, but keep your pelvis nice and neutral. Keep the awareness of your nice long spine from your crown all the way down to the base. Your breath moves through, flows through. Inhale, reverse your warrior, front palm rotates up, reach back. Lengthen your right side, keep the deep bend in your right knee. Track your right knee towards your pinky toe, don't let it fall in. Breathe into your right side. 1 more full round of breath. And then through your warrior 2, reach forward. So reach, and tip it over side angle. Option to stay in side angle. There's lots of different ways in which you can work here. Or if you want a little balance, option to float your back foot off the ground for a balancing half moon. If you do float your back foot off the ground, your back leg is strong. So imagine you're stomping your back foot onto an invisible wall behind you. Keep breathing all the way down base of your spine. Wherever you're at, last couple breaths. We're going to end up back in a warrior two. So if you're balancing, see if you can land softly. Everybody, Virabhadrasana 2. From warrior two, straighten your front leg and parallel your feet. So all of your toes now face the long edge of your mat. Arms to the sky, inhale. And exhale takes you all the way down, forward fold. Listen, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat a little bit and bend your back knee, your left knee. You can stay here if you want, or option to move into full Skandasana. So left toes pivot back, right toes pivot up. Try to keep your left heel down, so it's usually an adjustment of your pelvis. If you notice, when I rotated my right toes up, my butt came way down towards the ground. So a lot of people try to stay on their toe, and they kind of keep their everything forward. Your pelvis is going back. It's like you're in a half malasana, half squat. Press down through the back of your right heel and imagine you're trying to drag your heels towards each other. Take about 1 or 2 more breaths wherever you're at. So you might be in a modified variation. That's perfectly fine. And then slowly we're going to switch sides. So maybe you just walk your hands forward and all of your toes are still facing the same direction. You're just bending your right knee. That's where you can stay. Otherwise, right toes pivot towards the front edge, left toes pivot towards the sky. Your butt comes down. And then energetically try to hug your heels towards each other. Breathe, couple more rounds. Good job, you guys. And then when you feel pretty even on both sides, just come back to center. Parallel your feet again. And just take your wide-legged forward fold. So maybe you're grabbing the outsides of your ankles, outer edges of your feet, peace fingers around big toes. Maybe you're hanging out in a ragdoll variation. Just make sure your breath is right there. Butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Root towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Feel free to exhale out your mouth, last couple rounds. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Fingertips on the ground and just walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward so you're in a low lunge. 3-legged down dog, take your right leg back and up, open up your right hip. Perfect place to stay or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down, right arm reaches forward, heart forward. Lift your hips, feel the strength in your back body, breathe all the way down into your roots. Good job. And then let's bring it back. Everybody, regular down dog, walk it out. And then take a rest just for a moment. Child's pose, bring your knees down, sit back. Find a sense of grounding here. Find a connection to your breath, slow and steady. And downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Open your left hip, bend your knee, reach it out and up. So feel that opening first. Maybe you just want to stay here. This might feel really good. Otherwise, take one more inhale. And as you exhale, left knee to right elbow or as close as you can come. Push the ground away. Inhale back up. Option to open your hip. Exhale left to left. Push the ground away. So aim high on your arms. Inhale back up. And everybody, as you exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly and softly step it through. Warrior two stance. So back heel pivots down. Rise up, settle in. So you have your hips open now. As much as you're able to, keep your pelvis nice and neutral. So you still feel neutral through your spine, neutral through your pelvis, but you're just letting your hips open. Find your breath. Next time you breathe in, reverse warrior, reach up, reach back. Lengthen through your left side and keep the bend in your front knee, your left knee. Keep tracking it open towards your pinky toe. Breathe into your left waistline and rib cage. So you can create just a tiny bit more length. Stay connected to your sense of grounding, your sense of stability. One more inhale. And as you exhale, come through your warrior two, reach forward, reach. Side angle. Left arm towards the ground, right arm towards the sky, or maybe left elbow to left thigh. Feel free to stay in your side angle. There's lots of ways to explore. Or option to move into your balancing half moon. So you might use a block if you've got one at home. Reach forward with your left hand and float your back leg up. Keep your back leg strong. Grounded through your right foot like there's an invisible wall behind you. You're stomping your foot onto that wall. Everything is open. Hips are open. Shoulders are open. Heart is open. Your breath is flowing from crown all the way down to root, from root all the way up to crown. Wherever you are at, one more full round. Your personal fullest expression. And then if you're balancing, see if you can land softly. Everybody, warrior two. So come back to warrior two. From your warrior two, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Arms to the sky, inhale. And exhale takes you all the way down. I'm just gonna say explore on your own this time. So if you do want to play with Skandasana or any variation of it, choice is absolutely yours. If you'd rather hang out in your fold or maybe play with a headstand, something like that, go for it. Wherever you've chosen to go, your breath comes with you. The awareness of your root chakra comes with you, that sense of grounding and stability from the inside. Now, 3 more breaths wherever you're at. If you're working somewhere, you might start to slowly wrap it up. Next time you inhale, my friends, let's find our halfway lift. Fingertips on the ground, bend your knees if needed. Walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. So you're in a low lunge. From low lunge, 3-legged dog. Take your left leg back and up. Open your left hip. Stay here. Or option to flip your dog. Left foot comes down. Left arm forward, heart forward. Lift your hips. Breathe all the way down to the base of your spine. See that red light light up inside of you. And then come back, regular down dog. Walk it up for a moment. One more inhale. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, step or hop, forward fold. Pause at the top of your mat, walk your feet out nice and wide to the width of your mat. Pivot your heels out, pivot your toes out, bring your heels in. We're gonna come down into our low squat malasana. So if at all possible, heels stay on the ground, elbows to your inner knees or inner thighs, hands to your heart. Close your eyes, and just like we did at the very beginning of our practice, visualize your breath moving down the length of your spine. Inhale down to your root. Exhale from root all the way back up through the crown of your head. Think about 3 slow, deep breaths. Try to keep the length in your spine. If at all possible, stay grounded through your heels. Just connecting to your own root chakra, the energy it holds. Good job, friends. End of your next exhalation. Fingertips to the ground, hips to the sky. You can heel toe your feet in however you like them. Make sure your toes are now facing forward. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet and take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky, stretch tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Flow with your breath, inhale, reach. Slow dive, exhale all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa your way. See you back in downward facing dog, no hurry. Move with breath, move with awareness. All right, from your dog pose, inhale your right leg to the sky. And exhale, pigeon pose. Bring your right shin forward and set your body down gently. So if you need to take this pose on your back or in a seat instead, totally fine. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. So find that connection to center. And then slowly start your bow in your own time. Just breathe, send your breath down. Be here for about 5 more breaths. Feel free to exhale out your mouth at any point. Last couple rounds. And then start to ease your way back upright. And sit over onto your right butt cheek. Swing your left leg around. So take both legs out in front of you for a moment. Give them a nice little shake out. And keep your left leg extended, the sole of your right foot to left inner thigh. And if you want to, you can sit up on top of a blanket or anything like that if it's helpful. Take your left inner thigh, spiral it down and out. So kind of get your butt out of the way so your sit bones flat on the ground. Sit up really tall, flex your left toes back and active towards your shin. Take your arms up, breathe in and reach as high as you can. Lead with your heart, hinge at your hips, exhale, fold. So reach, then fold in. Forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee. Pull your left butt cheek back. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot. And use every exhalation to go just a little bit deeper. Take one last huge breath here. All the way to emptiness with your exhale. And then just roll up ever so slowly. Head comes up very last. Once your head stacks, turn over your right shoulder. Bring your right hand down behind you. Fingers face away from your body. Push into the ground. Lift your hips. Left arm reaches back. Lengthen your left side. Maybe you turn it into more of a modified wild thing. Let your heart look up. Take one more big deep breath. You can take a lion's breath for your exhale if you want. Stick out your tongue. And then sit bones to the ground. We're gonna move back to down dog, and this is just a fun challenge for you if you want it. So like you're going into happy baby, balancing on your sit bones. See if you can grab your feet. Woo. Keep your chest lifted as much as possible. And then once you've got your feet, maybe start to extend your legs like you're in a wide-legged straddle position, balancing on your sit bones. It's so hard for me. It's so hard. Lay with it for a couple breaths or so. And when you've had enough fun, let go across your ankles, rock over your feet. You can jump back if you want, or step back 1 foot at a time. Move through a vinyasa if you want, or go straight back to down dog. Ujjayi. Just a little bit longer. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Open up your left hip. So this might feel good and you want to stay here. Please feel free to do so. Otherwise, option to flip it. Left foot comes down. Heart forward. Lift your hips. Stay aware of your root all the way down to the base of your spine. Breathe down into it. One more round. And end of your exhale, come back, three-legged dog, left leg high. When you're ready, pigeon pose, left shin forward. Take your time to set up intentionally. And then start your bow whenever you're ready. Take it in a seat or on your back if you want to. Big, spacious breath. Open mouth exhales, welcome at any time. Take about 4 or 5 more rounds. And slowly, end of your next exhale, begin to lift your upper body back up. Ease your way into a seat. So just sit over onto your left butt cheek, swing your right leg around. Both legs out in front for a moment, nice little shake out. And then sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. Square your hips forward towards your extended leg as much as possible. So if it's helpful, take your inner thigh, kind of spiral it down and out. Sit up tall, flex your right toes back, arms reach up and lengthen from your root all the way up to your fingertips. Breathe in. And then lead with your heart, hinge at your hips, exhale, dive forward, eventually coming into your fold, forehead toward shin, nose toward knee. Pull your right butt cheek back and lengthen through your low spine. Use your exhale to dive a little bit deeper every time. Last couple of breaths. And then end of your next exhalation, roll up really, really slow. Head comes up very last. Once your head is stacked, turn over your left shoulder, left hand comes down behind you, fingers face away from your body. Press down, lift your hips, reach your right arm back, lengthen your right side, maybe even turn it into a modified wild thing, heart looks up. So lots of space, breathe all the way down to your root, huge inhale. If you want lion's breath, exhale, stick out your tongue, cross your eyes. Sit bones down. Take both legs forward, and we're going to lower onto our backs really slowly. So legs extend forward, arms extend forward. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Like you're doing a Kegel. See if you can find Mula Bandha. So you're squeezing all the way down through your pelvis. Slowly lower. When you get to the bottom, full body stretch. You can let go of that Kegel now. So arms long, legs long, pull yourself apart. Big inhale, reach actively. And exhale, draw both knees in, gentle rock from side to side. Heather and Liz, you guys got gold star. Everybody else, like, I don't know what happened to them. They got way too grounded or something. I don't know. Okay, knees fall to the right when you're ready for a supine twist. So knees fall to the right, left arm out to the left, or if there's some other variation of a twist that your body is craving, feel free to take that instead. That's the beauty of being in your own space. You can really do whatever you want. And focus on breathing from crown to root, from root to crown. All the way down every time. All the way to empty every time. And then end of your next exhale, back to center. Take a moment to neutralize, so just kind of rocking it out, or maybe you give your knees a big squeeze. When you're ready, other side, knees fall left, or make any adjustments you want or need. Take your own variation if you'd like, and gaze up or over right shoulder. Slow, steady breaths up and down your spine. And as you let your body now relax against the ground, feel into that stability that it offers you. It's always there holding you. It's always there supporting you. What does that actually feel like to let yourself be held and supported by the ground? And then when you feel pretty much even, come back to center. Take a moment to neutralize here. Just give it a little rock or a big squeeze of your knees in. And then happy baby pose. So just let your root shine up at the sky. If you're outside, let the sun shine on your root chakra. So take a moment in happy baby, maybe rock it out, maybe even extend one leg and then the other leg, both at the same time. Maybe you want to bring your legs together, kind of like plow pose or forward fold on your back. So take these last few moments to just explore on your own. If there's any other poses or stretches that your body is calling for, take a few breaths to move through them. And then as you slowly start settling in to your Shavasana, I'll read you some affirmations for the root chakra. So as I read them, just let them move through you. Feel them inside your body. Feel what resonates for you and just really let them soak in, let them absorb in. So eventually come to rest, just giving all your weight to the ground. Letting your breath become effortless, but continue to visualize with your mind's eye, just with your imagination, that ball of red light, that ball of red energy, all the way down at the base of your spine, expanding and contracting just subtly with the rise and fall of your breath. As it just expands and contracts inside of you, as you feel into the sense of grounding within you and around you, just take in these words. I am safe and secure. I am rooted in the present moment. I am strong, steady, and grounded. I have access to all of the resources that I need to survive and thrive. All my needs are met. I am exactly where I'm meant to be. It is right to be exactly as I am. It is right to be exactly where I am. I feel safe in my body. Like a tree, I am rooted and grounded into the earth. I build my life on a foundation of presence, love, and trust. I am whole and complete exactly as I am. I am whole and complete exactly as I am. Just let those words have space inside of you for these last couple of moments. Feel into that sense of grounding, safety. Know that you are exactly where you need to be. Everything is unfolding around you exactly as it should. Just settling into that sense of trust. Take a deep breath in and let it go. You start to move gently through your physical body, wiggle your fingers, toes. Sometimes I like to rub my hands together, give myself a little temple massage, then jaw massage. And then as you're ready, roll to either side, nurturing fetal position for one last moment. Let yourself be held. And then use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation, right back where we began. Feel your sit bones as you come into your seat against the ground. The crown of your head drawing up into space, your breath flowing through. Close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart and just bow your head. Acknowledge yourself. Thank yourself for taking the time out of your day to show up and do your practice, to connect with yourself in a deeper way, to connect with your chakra system, specifically your root chakra, in a deeper way. Just remember it and be more aware of it. the energy it holds. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. All right, friends.